Good morning, students. So yesterday we are proving this Banach fixed point theorem. So that here statement is any contraction mapping F of a non-empty complete metric space Xt into itself has a unique fixed point. So means here we have F is a unique contraction mapping, and we have defined here the sequence such that F of xn is equal to xn plus 1. That is, image of the nth element is a n plus 1th element. And then to prove this theorem, our aim is we have to prove that this sequence xn is a Cauchy sequence. And for that, first we have proved here this identity, this inequality, that is distance between xn plus 1 is less than equal to alpha raised to n into distance between x0 x1. And here as we have to prove this sequence is a Cauchy sequence, and that's why by the definition of the Cauchy sequence, so we consider the left hand side of the definition of Cauchy sequence. That is, we have to prove for epsilon greater than 0 there exists positive integer m such that distance between xm xn is less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to m. So we have considered here left hand side distance between xm xn, and by using the triangle inequality, so we have proved here this up to this this sum. This is a geometric series, and summation of geometric series is obtained by this formula. And now, so here alpha is strictly less than 1. Alpha is a positive, that is alpha is lies in between 0 and 1. And here there is a one theorem that the non-increasing sequence or decreasing sequence, this alpha is a decreasing sequence because the value of alpha is in between 0 and 1. And suppose if alpha is equal to 1 by 2, then what happens? Alpha is a 1 by 2, alpha square is a 1 by 4. The second term is a less, then alpha to the power 3, again the value of the third term is a less than second term, and likely means this is a decreasing sequence. And for the decreasing sequence is the this sequence where alpha is lies in between 0 and 1, this sequence converges to 0. This sequence converges to 0. This sequence converges to 0, and as m tends to infinity, here the right hand side tends to 0. The value of the right hand side tends to 0. Value of the right hand side tends to 0 means the right hand side approaches to 0, and finally right hand side approaches to a number which is nearly equal to 0. And here left hand side is distance between xm xn is less than this, a positive number which is nearly equal to 0. And by the definition of Cauchy sequence, what we have, distance between xm comma xn is strictly less than some positive number. And by the definition of Cauchy sequence, we have this sequence xn is a Cauchy sequence. So again, in the statement, we have given that the metric space X is a complete metric space. So here we have proved this sequence Xn is a Cauchy sequence, and this metric space is a complete metric space. And what is meant by complete metric space? A complete metric space means a metric space in which every Cauchy sequence converges to a point of X only. And here this is a Cauchy sequence, and suppose this Cauchy sequence xn converges to x, and by the completeness of metric space, this x should be belong to the metric space x itself. So again, we have given f is continuous. Why f is given to be continuous? That is, in the statement we have given that the mapping f is a contraction mapping, and every contraction mapping is a continuous function. So that's why f is a continuous function. And now our aim is to particularly prove here that contraction mapping has a fixed point. So by the definition of fixed point means we have to prove f of x is equal to x. If we prove f of x is equal to x, then we have what? X is a fixed point of this contraction mapping. So I want to prove f of x is equal to x. That's why we consider here left hand side f of x, which is equal to f of So in place of x, we prove here limit as n tends to infinity of xn. Because here the sequence xn converges to x, and as sequence xn converges to x, we can write the limit of the sequence xn as a x. That's why in place of x I write here limit as n tends to infinity of xn. So which is equal to, so if the function is a continuous, then we can interchange this, we can write this f in limit only if the function is continuous. Otherwise, we cannot write. But if function is continuous, that's why I write this f in limit. So f of limit of xn, which is equal to limit of f of xn. And so f of xn, so by the construction of a sequence, here how the sequence at the starting, we have designed the sequence such that image of the nth element is equal to the next element. Image of xn is a xn plus 1. So in place of f of xn, I have written xn plus limit as n tends to infinity of xn plus 1. But here sequence xn converges to x, and xn plus 1 is a subsequence. Xn converges to x, and by the theorem we have, if a sequence converges to x, then all the subsequences of the sequence also converges to the same real number. So here xn plus 1 also converges to x. So what we have proved, f of x is equal to x. We have proved that f of x is equal to x. So means we have proved that this x is a fixed point of the contraction mapping. X is a fixed point of the contraction mapping. And here statement of this theorem is a any contraction mapping F of a non-empty complete metric space x comma d into itself as a unique fixed point. We have proved this theorem, but only we have to prove this contraction mapping has a unique fixed point. Just we have proved this contraction mapping has a fixed point. That is, we have proved f of x is equal to x. Then one thing here remain to prove that uh, this unique fixed this mapping has a unique fixed point. Unique fixed point means f has a one and only one fixed point. So means we have to prove here the uniqueness, that sequence has not the fixed points more than one. So we prove here uniqueness. To prove uniqueness, so we prove here uniqueness by contradiction. So here we prove that uniqueness. I explain here. Now we have to prove here uniqueness, and we prove here the uniqueness. To prove uniqueness, so we prove here uniqueness by the contraction method. That is, we prove here uniqueness by using the method of contradiction. Method of contradiction means we assume, suppose it has another fixed point. Already here what we have proved, x is a fixed point. So I have written this in short, if fixed point, x is a fixed point of f, we have proved. So x is a fixed point of f means already we have f of x is equal to x. So this we have proved. And now I want to prove it uniqueness. So we prove this by using method of contradiction. We assume here exactly opposite statement which we have to prove. So here, if possible, suppose if possible suppose if possible suppose y is if possible suppose y is another if possible suppose y is another fixed point. If possible suppose y is another fixed point of f. So y is another fixed point of here. So therefore by definition y is another fixed point means that is what we have, f of y is equal to y, and already x is also a fixed point. So f of y is equal to y. So now, so we consider, so what we have to prove here, this function has a unique fixed point means I want to prove these two fixed point. Now I have considered y is also a fixed point, and to prove this fixed point is a unique means I want to prove here this both the fixed point x and y are not distinct but these are equal. Now I want to prove here x is equal to y. So so to prove here x is equal to y, I prove here distance between x comma y is equal to 0. We prove, to prove x is equal to y, what we prove here? Distance between x, y is equal to 0. And if we prove distance between x, y is equal to 0, then by the second condition in the definition of metric, that is distance between x, y is equal to 0, this implies x is equal to y. Means I want to prove here x is equal to y, and for that I prove here distance between x, y is equal to 0. If we prove distance between x, y is equal to 0, automatically this x will be equal to y. So okay, so I want to prove distance between x, y is equal to 0. That's why we consider here left hand side of this, distance between x comma y, which is equal to, but here x is a fixed point of f. That's why x can be written as f of x. Sorry. Distance between f of x and y is also a fixed point of y. Therefore, in place of I write f of y. So now use the definition of contraction mapping or the inequality one. Contraction mapping, we use definition of contraction mapping. So by the definition of contraction mapping, distance between f of x comma f of y. So what we have, this is less than equal to alpha into distance between x comma y. But here alpha is a positive real number and which is strictly less than 1. But 0 is less than alpha less than 1. So left hand side is what? Left hand side is a distance between x comma y, which is less than equal to alpha into distance between x comma y. So here what is this? That alpha is a positive. Suppose we verify this. Suppose we take alpha, the value of alpha to be 1 by 2. So is it possible that by the definition of metric function, distance between any two points is a, in the definition of metric, the first condition is what? The first condition in the definition of metric is a distance between x comma y is greater than or equal to 0 for any two xy in the metric space. Distance between xy is always greater than or equal to 0. So we have this non-negative distance is less than equal to 1 by 2 into distance between x comma y. So whether this is possible. So there are two possibilities. This distance between xy is greater than equal to 0. So two possibilities means either distance between xy is strictly greater than 0, or second possibility distance between xy is equal to 0. So what happens is, if suppose if this distance between xy is strictly greater than 0, so this inequality, from this inequality what we have, distance between xy is strictly less than alpha into distance between x comma y. But this is not possible. Distance between xy is positive. A positive quantity, here same positive quantity, distance between xy cannot be strictly less than 1 by 2 into same distance. Same quantity is strictly less than 1 by 2 into this. This is not possible. And that's why only here possibility is a, this is true, this inequality. So I write here. This inequality is true only if distance between xy is equal to 0. आता ही इनइक्वालिटी वर लिहिलेली ही कधी ट्रू असेल, फक्त जर डिस्टन्स बिटवीन एक्स वाय हे 0 असेल तरच. आणि मग इथं डिस्टन्स बिटवीन एक्स वाय 0 असेल तेव्हाच ही इनइक्वालिटी ट्रू होईल. आणि जर डिस्टन्स बिटवीन एक्स वाय 0 असेल, then by the definition of matrix, second condition of definition of matrix, distance between x y is equal to 0, then this implies x is equal to y. So we have proved this x and y are not distinct fixed point, so these are the same fixed point. So these are same fixed point means f has a unique fixed point. f has a unique fixed point. So we have proved here this Banach contraction principle.